Hi, this is Chris from the Stephanie Miller Show. Please enjoy this exclusive clip from Political Voices Network.
If the president was having an off day, meetings would be scrapped altogether. Scott Jennings, you were just talking about this, so I'll go to you first because I know you have a lot to say, but this piece does show Biden having all of these sort of walls up.
Yeah.
And the walls kept getting higher and higher as the years went on.
This is the biggest scandal in America, and the level and volume of people who dedicated themselves to lying to everyone at home about this man's condition for 4 straight years up through this summer is breathtaking. It's a scandal of epic proportions, and it's a fair question to ask. Who is running the country? Who has been running the country? And as I said earlier, if you're worried about Donald Trump's advisors having influence, for the last 4 years, apparently this president, duly elected, but this president was not capable of fulfilling the duties of the office. And his staff and the White House lied about it and kept it from the American people. It's an absolute scandal. Musk was very instrumental in his victory. And I hear Democrats, criticizing the idea that we have unelected people with too much influence over the government. I invite them to pick up the Wall Street Journal from this week and find out that unelected people have been running the government for the last 4 years. I hear Democrats criticizing the influence of billionaires on our politics when you've got this Soros punk running around collecting Democrat politicians like my kids collect Pokemon cards. So I think all the criticism of Musk coming from the left is totally hypocritical, totally over the top.
What do you make of all of this and the fact that the ethics report is out and it has got some really damning information in it?
Yeah, I'll be candid with you. I don't make much of it because most of the details or most of the stories that we heard, we already knew. A lot of this stuff was already swirling in the public domain anyway. Number 2, Matt Gaetz is no longer in Congress. Number 3, Matt Gaetz is no longer under consideration to be in Donald Trump's cabinet. As far as I'm concerned, he's a private citizen in Florida, and I'm sure he has a story to tell about this. And if he runs for office again, he'll have to, explain what's in this report, and we'll see what the voters say about this. But honestly, of all the things that happened in Washington, D.C. today, to me, this is a low priority when you consider what Joe Biden did over at the White House, commuting all the sentences of these terrible people using the power of the presidency. He's still in office. Gaetz is gone, and yet there seems to be more outrage about Gaetz over stuff that, frankly, is old news. Democrats are the party of uncommon nonsense. Republicans are the party of common sense. It's why our tent right now is full of such a wide ideological spectrum. People are flocking to the Republicans because we stand for common sense.
Yeah.
And Democrats have taken on all this uncommon fringe nonsense. And if they are in the toilet, my advice, flush away the fringe and the people who have drug you down there, because this is why Republicans won the election.
Can I just say, Rachel Maddow, Donna wrote a great piece about, obviously this whole media infrastructure we've been talking about. Oh, where was this? Michelle Goldberg, great piece about the great capitulation. Writer warns ruthless new opposition coming as elites bow to Trump. Get out of the way, man, because we're here. The real resistance is here. So we're going to have our disappointments and our cowards and all that as there have been in every movement, throughout time. But if you are with the resistance, Resistance Central is here again. So
Right. And with
all y'all, ABC and Joe and Mika and whoever else is going to bend the knee and Tech Bros and all that. Yeah.
And with as many guests as we book on this program, we're going to have a couple of clunkers.
Yes. It's statistically impossible to have a perfect record, Chris.
Right. Exactly. We've had a couple of clunkers.
You listen, there are shameless opportunists in every area of life. And as people were saying too, I think it hurts when it's, someone that you believed in, that, you gave an opportunity to, that, we're talking about Lindy Lee, obviously.
Someone that you had a cocktail backstage with, maybe.
Yes. You very generously offered a platform to multiple times. Yes, exactly. But like you say, look at what we're seeing already. Look at ABC and all these people going to Mar-a-Lago to kiss the ring. I don't know whether it's me. It seems like there's more greed and cowardice this time. Like even Trump said it yesterday. Like, oh, we got the media pretty well tamed now. Oh, people are a lot nicer to me this time. It's like
I'm not getting you his audio anymore.
He's just such a bully, right? Like, about primarying, threatening people that don't vote for every one of his lunatic picks. I mean, Rachel Maddow, by the way, national treasure. What else do we say? Support all the democracy warriors out there. Almost everybody on MSNBC except Joe and Mika. Sorry. I mean, look at Allison Gill, our friend, just cracked the top 10 in podcasts. Midas Touch just sat down with President Biden. We've got, all of the people in our universe and Sirius XM and our sexy liberals, John Fugelsang, Hal Sparks, Frangela, on and on. Who else am I missing? Mark Maron, Pod Save America. There's a lot of great,
Never thought I'd hear you say Mark Maron. Support Mark Maron.
That feud was a long
You
time ago.
have a history
We
with him.
kissed and made up.
Yes, you did. That's just a little shocking to the system.
Listen, we need all the
Yeah.
progressive warriors we
Right.
can. And, so anyway, what was my point?
I don't know.
We don't know
You've
anymore.
interrupted
It's almost
me again.
vacation.
Well, did you see yesterday
Huh?
that CNN may be up for sale too?
Oh, for God's sakes. Well, their whole Let's Be Fox Light plan didn't work so well, did it?
Nope.
There's not a market for that. I'm telling you, there is a market for true progressive warriors. There's 75 million of us that don't, Anyway, I started with Rachel Maddow, national treasure.
Yeah.
But she did a whole thing, last night that it's like Steve Bannon said, there's so much flooding the zone with that you don't know which way to look. And beyond all the ridiculous, wildly unqualified people that he's nominating, this has become, before our eyes, a complete oligarchy.
Yeah.
And Rachel was saying, we've never had that here before.
No.
He really does want to be Putin. He wants this to be Russia.
Yep.
Right? No dissent, no free speech. And she went down the whole list. While we're looking over here at these horrible nominees, he's Don Jr.'s ex-fiance and Eric's college roommate. And I don't even know what's his name. Oh, his crooky father-in-law, Charles Kushner. Who else? Tiffany's. How about that guy? They said he was a billionaire. He's Tiffany's father-in-law, who's a like a small truck salesman.
Yeah.
Like almost nobody he has nominated is in any way qualified to do what they're appointed for. I think like Rachel was pointing out, like, I guess you don't care unless, like, you have a serious problem with a loved one in Greece, and then it's Don Jr.'s ex that has no experience in foreign policy or diplomacy. Eric's roommate's what is he? Hostage negotiator? No experience in that. So if you have a loved one that, in a dangerous situation, it's just, it really is, it's unbelievable what has happened, what has happened. And
Something's got to be did.
And something's got to be did. I know that much.
His nomination of RFK Jr.'s niece?
That's not happening now.
Yeah, it's not happening.
It's
now.
not happening now.
yes, that's
Well,
CIA. It was CIA.
it's
This
like
is
the
why I'm
second
like,
in line at CIA.
but she has been in the CIA, so she has some experience.
Okay.
But
let's just take the
it's not
wins where they
happening.
come.
Right,
Let's
yeah.
take the wins. Like
Yeah, it's not happening.
I just
It wasn't his niece. It was something else. It was
His
like daughter-in-law.
daughter-in-law.
Yeah.
It was his daughter-in-law.
Thank God for Judge Merchan's ruling, just because at least we're in some normal world. This is what Mark Elias is saying in the courts. We're going to be in some normal world where you can't just do anything. For the moment, we still have a rule of law in this country. And he was exactly correct on the law. We were just afraid, like, is he just going to cave? Like ABC or, God knows. And as we said yesterday, Jody, on cue, he's already, I don't know if has he already filed lawsuits or he's already threatening all
He's
these other
threatening them.
lawsuits. I don't know if I thought he filed the one against
CBS.
this is insane. Iowa paper
Oh,
for
yeah,
a
that.
poll
Yeah.
for a bad poll.
an outlier.
Yeah, I mean, okay, but this is the problem with ABC. Now he smells blood in the water, and he's like speaking like this, like, they're being nicer to me now, and let's keep it that way. I don't want to have to. I mean, he's
I don't want to pull your license.
right. Oh my God. But anyway, he's talking about suing. I don't know. I thought I saw I'm not
He's
sure.
threatened it. I don't think he has yet.
Yeah, David Axelrod said, now Trump says he's suing the Des Moines Register because their poll understated his support. 60 Minutes because of their editing of the Kamala Harris interview.
They edit him.
The Pulitzer Committee for honoring the New York Times for coverage of Russian election interference. Welcome to Hungary, folks.
Yeah.
Says David Axelrod. Yeah, Jojo from Jurors. Dear ABC, Stephanopoulos didn't do a damn thing wrong, but now you've capitulated in advance to the spaghetti sauce-stained sexual predator. He's saying he's going to sue the Des Moines Register, 60 Minutes, the Pulitzer Committee, because they had the audacity to report the truth. Yeah, this is what you get from, capitulating. You get more weakness. You get more. It doesn't make it go better for you. It's going to make it go worse for all of us.
Oh, hi. I just finished, I'm going to say, an 11 billion mile bike ride. And thank God I happen to have this magic potion with me, ASEA, as seen on the Stephanie Miller Show. It helps my cells communicate better so that I can heal faster from overdoing because I'm lying about my age. I also use it on my face.